Hello, welcome back to another episode of Coaching Conversations. Today, we're going to be speaking all about our charity program at Upcoach called A.C.T. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Coaching Conversations. Today, we're going to be speaking with our superstar VA who's based in the Philippines, who has worked really, really hard with me to set up our Upcoach charity program that not many people know about. And the whole point about, recording this podcast today was to share the information that we are putting together, to share the great projects, and more importantly, to share the impact of the lives that we've touched over the last couple of years now, I think. So before we get into it, I want to introduce Robyn Soleta from the Philippines. Hi, Robyn. How are you?
Hi, Chris. I'm doing good.
Good. What's the weather in the Philippines like today?
It's
Super,
sunny
super
today.
hot, sunny.
Yeah, it's sunny. It should have been it's wet season now. It should be rainy days,
Ah,
but we
ah,
still have sunny days.
still sunny days in between.
Yeah,
It's much
yeah.
like, today we're recording this podcast. I'm lucky it's sunny today, but I know down in southern parts of the country, they are getting washed out. So hopefully when they're back
Mm,
on their feet, they can listen to this and hear a little bit more about our charity program. So tell us a little bit about yourself first, Robyn. How long have you been with Upcoach? What do you do on a day-to-day basis? Just give us a quick wrap on how you help Upcoach to begin with.
mm. Well, I've been with Upcoach for more than 3 years now.
Yep.
I started as a social media manager, so basically
Mm.
just creating and designing content
Yep.
for Upcoach.
Yep.
And then I was assigned to do different tasks after that. So I evolved from social media management to admin works, and
Yep.
then also graphic design.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I know that you do a lot now for the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I look after a lot of clients. You're helping us pretty much weekly, whether it's a document we need created, a proposal we need put together, kind of the back end, the grunt work, I'll say, to keep the clients happy and to keep the momentum with the coaching programs. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's correct.
Good. What do you love about working or doing what you do? I should say. What do you love about doing what you do?
I It's more about having a variety of things to do. So
Mm,
you really won't get bored
mm,
because you won't be stuck to doing the same thing all the time. So
yeah.
it
Good.
varies. So that's what makes it exciting and of course not boring. So
Yeah. You don't have time to be bored. We're too busy.
yeah, you don't have time to be bored. And of course, I get the what makes me happy is that I'm more on the creative side
Mm,
of a person. So it
yeah.
makes me, explore and improve um, that part of my skill.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. And the thing I reckon we love about having you, or just one of the things that we love about having you on board with us is you're like the yes person. We shoot your documents and you're like, yes. And we had our mastermind just recently. You put together the entire slide deck back, start to finish. Sometimes you work around the clock on those things, and it's always yeah, no problem. You just get things done. So I think
mhm,
it's that yes attitude and just getting stuck in, which I think
mhm.
we really admire.
Eh, yeah,
Today I want to, yeah, sorry, you go.
it's 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 maybe because I'm more of a solution focused person. So
Mm,
instead of focusing on what I can do, I'm more on exploring. Okay, can I do this? I think I should try this first before I say no.
mm,
Things
mm.
like that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, very proactive in nature. And I can remember back when you started, mentioned social media management. We worked together to put together some of these campaigns for Upcoach.
Mm.
So you've spent your time in the trenches, I should say. You put in the work, and those early days were fun because part of it was
Mm.
like putting things together and being creative and getting
Mm.
campaigns on the move. Today, we're going to discuss what ACT is all about. So let's just shoot straight off the bow. What is ACT all about? What's this charity program that Upcoach covers? Can you tell us a little bit more about it, please?
Mhm. Yep. So ACT, it actually stands for Act and Care Together.
Right.
So it's a nonprofit organization which solely or mainly focus on the areas of human services, such as food distribution
Mm.
and education.
Yeah, cool. How long has it been running?
Oh, well, it was established in 2021. The activities actually started before that. So the
Yes.
activities that we've been doing, which is helping out people in need, started in 2020.
Yeah, okay, cool. So there must be some sort of backstory or some sort of history for ACT.
Mhm.
Surely it just didn't, pop up out of
Yeah.
nowhere. So is there a backstory? Is there something that people should know about to help build some context around this charity program?
Mhm. It's actually both a sad and a happy story
Okay.
because we all know that COVID hit in 2020,
Mm,
right? That was the peak. That was the peak of COVID-19 pandemic.
mm,
And so during that time, I was already with Upcoach. I was
mm-hmm,
very fortunate to be with Upcoach because during that time, a lot of due to the um economic and social disruption, a lot of businesses closed down,
mm,
and of course, a lot of people lost their jobs. And
mm,
I was fortunate that I was with UpCoach during that time.
mm, mm,
So, and I have a little bit of money
mm-hmm.
during that time as well because of the salary that I get is much higher than the usual earning person here in the Philippines.
Sure.
So I get the chance to help out
Yeah, cool.
other people in my province.
Mm-hmm,
So, and then that was like August or October.
mm,
And then, of course, December came, like December that year,
yep.
2020.
Mm,
So there was an opportunity again to, because of the bonus that I received, I had an opportunity again to be able to share my blessing to
mm,
other people. So yeah, I get to share gift packs to some of the families in our village,
right.
and then I shared it with Nick, and he was also inspired
Mm,
with that. And so he told me that he also wanted to do the same thing,
yep.
and so we prepared additional gift packs to share to some more families,
Yeah, right.
and that's when it started.
Okay, cool.
And then the next year, 2021, we arranged to give away 55 gift
55 gift
baskets.
bags. Right. Okay.
Yes,
So what's in a
correct.
gift bag? Just so people that are listening know what
Oh,
these
it's
families are getting.
yes, it's grocery.
Grocery bag.
Groceries. Yep, the grocery bag with because here in the Philippines, it's a tradition that the families gather together during
Hmm.
Christmas Eve
Right.
and cook and eat together.
Yep.
So that's the purpose of the gift bags, so
Ah,
that the families will have something to cook and share with each other during the Christmas Eve.
yeah, cool. So it's like a Christmas Eve with Christmas Eve gift bag, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah.
It probably, I know that these bags are pretty loaded, so it probably lasts more than
Mhm.
just one meal, I'd imagine. But
Yes.
that's really cool. Right. So how many did we give away 2021, which was Christmas last year?
55 last
55
year.
different families.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's getting really big because we started with 30 families and
Yes.
then 55. So
And I know that you put in a lot of work because a lot of the grunt work is, you, and I think you and your family actually put the gift bags together last
yeah,
year.
my
Might need to recruit a small army for
yeah.
this year.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm very very thankful for my family, my extended family, because
Right.
we live in the Philippines. It is normal that everyone in the extended family live in the same compound,
Right.
like different houses, but it's just the same. Your neighbors are your families.
Okay, I get it.
So when
Sure.
you need help, they're always they're just there.
So you said, come on round. I got 50
Yeah.
gift bags to pack. Can
Need
you come
help.
and hang out? Okay,
Hmm.
cool. And that's what they did. That's really, really cool. And I think it gives the listeners and the viewers some context around, how this all started and how it all began. So ultimately, you came out of, like you said, a bit of a sad story, I guess, a need-based situation where you could see people in your community that were going without at some level. And then just through the generosity of your own heart, when after, I think it was during or before Christmas we spoke, we thought, wow, that's really cool. And you're right, it did inspire us, or inspired Nick to go, we should be jumping on this bandwagon itself. And I think that was where the idea was planted for ACT to be formed. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Great. So I guess we know the story now of when it started and what it originated from. Was there a greater reason behind why it was created? Like, is there a goal here? Is there something larger than
Mm,
just giving away gift bags?
mhm. I think it comes, or the bottom line is like, social responsibility.
Right.
And I think COVID-19 pandemic attested to that. So we got through COVID-19 because of everyone's help.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And it's not, and everyone can make, a contribution. It doesn't have to be like, material. If you could just lend, maybe you could just listen to someone who is going through some hard time because of, the problems that he's experiencing.
Yeah. Okay.
Or it could be, like what we did, just small gift bags
Yes.
to help those family in need. I
Mm.
think I think we have that social responsibility to look after one another.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can, whenever there is a like, let's say for example, the COVID-19, we got through COVID-19 because of each and everyone's help. It's
Mm.
not just the government, it's not just, the bigger institution that, developed the vaccine, and
Mm.
the other bigger companies who were
Mm.
able to provide bigger help. But of course, through simple actions from
Mm.
everyone,
Mm.
and these simple actions, when sum up together, makes a difference. So I think it
Yeah.
starts with that.
I think that's a great point there, because there are lots of people that would like to give more often, but perhaps don't have the capacity to, or may not have the time. But you made a good point just there a second ago, where it doesn't have to be anything material. It could just be listening
Hmm.
to someone. If one of their friends or family or even employees are struggling at some level, that level of social responsibility stretches further or farther than oneself. It's about,
Hmm.
well, I can provide, I don't know, assistance or aid just by being present with you and having a
Hmm.
conversation.
Yes, that's right. There are different ways, a lot of ways where we can help each other.
Mm.
And that's what we aim to, to do at ACT. So
Mm.
we wanted to be able to continue to touch more lives and
Mm.
hopefully influence others to, do the same thing.
Yeah, that's really cool and really powerful as well. You must be very proud that you actually kind of formed this. It almost like stemmed from Robyn's actions. That's why we were inspired and wanted to kind of drive this forward. So you must be very proud.
I'm proud and happy, yes.
Proud and happy. Well, I mean, I was going to ask you that. What do you get out of running such an impactful program or organization?
Mhm. Well, the feeling when you help someone, even
Mm.
if it's not, of course the funds comes from Upcoach, but being able to help out and be a part
Mm.
of the activity and making sure that that happens,
Mm.
or the activities that we do happens, or make sure that it becomes successful.
So,
Okay.
Robyn, tell me, what do you get out of running this organization? What's the thing in it for you? Obviously, it started and it stemmed from your generosity to a certain extent, and then inspired the team at Upcoach. So, what do you get out of doing the work that you do with ACT?
Mm. Just satisfaction and the feeling of being happy.
Yeah, right. So it purely
Because
comes from within, just from you personally.
yeah, yeah. Because I think it's priceless. Happiness is, you can get a price. You can
Mm.
give. You cannot give a price to
Mm.
happiness. So it's a feeling that it's priceless. So whenever we do these activities in
Yeah.
ACT,
Yeah.
being able to have the opportunity to help out other
Yeah.
people and touch their lives and make them happy, it's a very satisfying feeling.
Very rewarding, I think, is the
Yeah,
word
it's
you're
very
asking for.
rewarding. My goodness, my vocabulary is very poor.
Anyone, we're going to keep that grab because anyone listening, I reckon, is laughing as well. So that's good. So we've spoken about some work that you've done at Christmas, or we'll call it the Christmas campaign. Who have we helped so far? So I know that there's a few other projects that you've helped with, but who has benefited from it? Can you walk us through the projects or walk us through the campaigns that ACT or ACT has worked for so far or to date?
hmm So for the Christmas campaign,
Yep.
like what I mentioned earlier, we started in 2020.
Yep.
So we helped out around 20 to 30 people during the 2020
Yep.
campaign.
Yep.
And then on the
Hang on, that
second
was 20
campaign,
to 30 families, wasn't it? Wasn't
yes,
necessarily people. Yeah, great.
mm, correct,
Carry on.
20 to 30 families.
Right.
And then on the second campaign, 2021, that's 55 families.
Right.
And then, of course, the upcoming Christmas campaign,
Yes.
we are planning to make it to 500
What?
families.
Five
500 families.
500.
Yes.
So we're gonna 10x the number of families.
Mm,
Wow.
yes.
And Nick's committed to that?
Yes.
Great.
It's a very huge event, so we are
That is
starting
huge.
to prepare. Yep.
Already?
Yep.
I bet it's probably we've only got
Yeah.
like a couple of
We are
months. In fact, it's the 24th today, so we got 2 months till Christmas Eve. Wow. Okay.
we are preparing the list and everything.
Yeah, wow. Okay. I bet you your family are working overtime on that one. Or not, maybe not yet. Maybe
Not yet.
closer.
Just a few people.
Great. So that's the Christmas campaign. What other projects has ACT worked with?
Mhm. Yeah, just this year, we also had an opportunity to sponsor a hand washing station in one
Hmm.
of the public schools
Right.
here in the Philippines,
Right.
and that's Bangbang National High School.
Yeah. Okay.
So the hand washing station was stationed on the grade 9 and 10
Yes.
rooms,
Yes.
which is to serve 380 students.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And this is for kind of hygiene, basic
hmm
sanitation
Yes.
purposes.
Yep. To keep away COVID-19 and make sure that,
Ah,
the students are safe.
right. That's really cool. Really cool. And I know that you've got some images for what's been done there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
So what we'll do on the video, and if you're listening to this, head along to YouTube, check out this segment right now of the podcast. We'll get our video editor to put some of these images in of the project, so you can actually have a look at these, which are pretty cool. And we're going to tell you a little bit later on about where you can view more of this. Great. So that's another project, and I know that there's another one as well.
Yes. Yes. We also had a feeding project. So what happened is that our government has like a deworming program. So we did this feeding project in line with that to make sure that the pupils
Mm,
have like full stomach before they participate in this program.
right.
So our beneficiaries are grade 2 students
Okay.
of Tabang Elementary School, Giginto, and
Right.
that's more than 100 students.
Wow. Making sure they got a full belly before they get a
Yes.
worming tablet or whatever the
Mm-hmm.
thing is. Yeah, right. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Is that because they don't have breakfast or something in the morning, or that some of them don't eat breakfast, or how does that?
Well, due to their financial situation, some of them might not get breakfast.
Right,
So
right.
that
Okay.
is the feeding program is to ensure that they have full stomach before they undergo the deworming program to avoid accidents.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool. Right. Wow, that's so many. There's kids in there, there's families in there, and this year 500 for the Christmas campaign. 500 families is massive. So it's really starting to have a bit of a large scale effect, and that's only
Mm-hmm.
over what, a 2 year period you've mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. That's pretty cool. That must be real. I mean, just listening to this as well. I know about ACT and I see the work that Robyn's putting in, but we haven't really sat down and talked through, who we've served. So really cool to be a part of it, I think, which is amazing. What other projects do we have lined up? Is there more in the works? Like what's the next thing for ACT to be working on apart from this Christmas campaign, 500 families?
Um, for now, there's no other activities lined up. Just the upcoming Christmas,
Okay.
the huge project, the
Yeah.
Christmas campaign.
Probably discounted the number on that, didn't I? Because we're going from 55 to 5.
Yeah, it's a very huge project that we really have
That
to
is a massive
prepare,
project. Okay, let's
prepare,
just chew on
prepare
that
for.
one and get through that.
Yeah,
Let's get to the end of the
yeah.
year
Let's
first,
finish that first.
and then we'll worry about the next one. Okay, good.
Mm,
So no doubt, running this because you ultimately, you and I put things together, but you're the one leading the charge in the Philippines. You're the one putting boots on the ground and making sure that these all come to fruition. There must be some form of challenge in it. There must be challenging
mm,
times, stressful events, or, frustrations or roadblocks that you must bump into. So can you share some of those challenges that you might be facing when you work on these projects?
mm. I think the first one is getting the right people to help you,
Right.
because it has to be at least someone who has the same passion,
Okay, sure.
so that they could do it things properly, and of course do the extra mile even if you don't ask them to do
Right.
certain things.
Okay.
And other one is and the most difficult is choosing beneficiaries, because there
Yes.
are a lot of people to help, but of course we also do have limited funds. And
Mm.
right now we have limited funds, so that is why we have to really choose the more in need from the rest. So
Yeah, right. Okay.
it's good. It would be great if you could help everyone, but of course even
Yes.
other organizations can't do that.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
it's
right.
choosing the beneficiaries.
Yeah. And seeing just from the Christmas campaign side of things, seeing the evolution of that, you go from 30 families to 50 families or 55, sorry, to then 500, which is a huge jump. I don't even want to ask what the number's going to be for 2023. But the thing is, you can see the evolution and the growth in that. And you're right, you can't help everyone, but I'd like to think, and I'm guessing you can probably back me up here, we are making a small difference in some way.
Mm,
The kids that are going through school for hand washing and sanitization, that hopefully we're going to help them stay healthier, and live healthier, kind of more enjoyable lives as
mm,
a result. So I think
right.
that part's satisfying in itself.
Mm, right. And that is actually what ACT is about.
Mm,
It's making a difference through simple actions.
yeah, yeah, fantastic. I'm going to ask you a sideline question, Robyn. What have you learnt throughout the last couple of years running this personally? What's maybe your biggest takeaway? Maybe you've got a couple of things that you've learned through the process. What have you learned
Mm,
through the time of running ACT?
mhm. Well, the main thing that I learned is like what I mentioned earlier. It's social responsibility. Because we I mean, some of us are independent and can get by themselves.
Hmm.
But if we really wanted to be a healthy, successful society, we have to help each other out.
Mm,
And that, I think, COVID-19 helped us with. I
right,
mean, I know there's a lot of problems, a lot. It's chaos. It caused chaos, but in a brighter side, it's also gave us an opportunity to be able to help each other, and in a way make a difference.
right. So you're saying something like COVID has actually brought us a bit closer together, or at least
Hmm.
opened up the idea of social responsibility at a broader level.
Hmm. Correct.
I think that's really powerful. And never, Nick and I chat on podcasts. It's something that we've never really spoken about. So you can see it either way, COVID as a positive thing or a negative thing. And I think for you to put the silver lining into it like that um, is really powerful. So that's an amazing message and a great takeaway from what you've learned over the last few years.
Yeah,
Robyn,
we can.
yeah, go.
I mean, we can get through everything, if we help each other out. That's just the message.
Yeah, cool. That's really inspiring. Hopefully, for anyone listening and watching this, you are also feeling inspired. And like Robyn said before, it's not about having to give away lots of material possessions or money or anything like this. It's more about, I think, having an awareness, but also learning that it doesn't matter what you're going through. If you're going through something together, you can actually help serve one another
Hmm.
at a greater level, which is really, really good. Um, tell us how, tell the listeners, viewers, how they can get involved with A.C.T. Like, how do they find out about it? How do they get involved? Tell us a little bit about that.
Mm. Well, when you join our Upcoach programs, a
Mhm.
portion of your coaching fees is actually donated to ACT, and of
Nice.
course to support the all its charity activities.
Yeah, nice. So when you
And
become a client, essentially, or join us one of our coaching programs, some of your coaching fees are heading towards setting up these Christmas campaigns, or the social, the other social projects that we're putting on the ground,
mm,
right?
yes, and to also check more about these activities,
Mm.
then you could actually visit our website,
Yep.
upcoach.com.au.
There we go. So there's a page there on the website,
Mm,
talks all about ACT and the projects that it's done to date, gives you a little bit of info, kind of like we have done today,
mm,
and some images as well. Well, some of the images that we'll share in the video will also be on the website or on the webpage
mm.
there too. Robyn, I just want to say thank you so much for your time today. It's been really insightful listening and sharing the information that you've been, or sharing some of the stories and some of the great work that you've been putting together with A.C.T. Like Robyn said, if you want to find out more, head to upcoach.com.au. Have a look at that. Robyn Soleta from the Philippines. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you to Chris, and thank you so much, everyone, for watching
Yeah,
and
cool.
listening.
And listening. Yeah. And no doubt, I think we should get you on another episode sometime soon, because you've got a lot of skills and experience from a VA and admin side of things that you could be sharing as well. I
Mm.
think
Oh
I
yeah.
know that Robyn's been a contributor in the Upcoach magazine before, so she's definitely contributed there. Yeah, a wide or vast array of talents and skills that she possesses. So I think we should get you on more than just one episode of Coaching Conversations.
I look forward to it.
Cool. For now, thank you so much for listening, guys. We'll see you all again, another episode of Coaching Conversations very soon. Bye now.